Welcome to Lost Girl Therapy. I've been in New York for 14 days and we are in the throes of a high histamine response. So, this started when I was getting off the plane. Like the moment I stepped foot back in New York, I started noticing that I was like pretty just inflamed. I had difficulty like closing my hands, my knees hurt. I had like swelling everywhere and I was like, it's just the plane. It is what it is. And then it didn't go away. So, this whole time I've kind of been like just swollen, is the best way that I can describe it. But over the last like 14 days, I've kind of started noticing like the beginning of histamine responses that I used to get when I lived here. So if you've looked back at my previous videos, I've talked a lot about how I would get like almost red flares around my face, around my eyes, around my mouth. Like this most sensitive skin would just get really, really red and hot to the touch out of nowhere and then go away. So when I went to DC, I'm allergic to fragrance. So this kind of like made everything worse. But I was already experiencing like some red rashes and I was like, okay, you can handle this. It's minor. Then my lips started to like hurt and I was like, okay, again, it's minor. It like comes and goes. It's not that big of a deal. And then I went to DC and I slept on sheets that had like a fragrance to them. And this is like dumb of me. Like I should have just taken a Claritin or a Benadryl and been like, okay. But sleeping there 2 nights kind of like set my body into this space of you've accumulated too much histamine. The day after I got back from DC, I went to go to like a physical therapy session and I had a full-blown histamine response. I mean, like full face, red, hot to the touch, ears burning. My lips are still like chapped from like how much they swelled and then they came back. And yesterday, as I'm like minding my own business, I start having low level allergic reactions. And this is the thing about like histamine intolerance, like, or just an accumulation of stimuli. So I had the fragrance, then I had like there was like some product on like the physical therapist's hands that then led to me kind of accumulating all of this stuff. Then I was here and I used a soap that I like don't normally use. And that just like put me over the edge. In the past, if I didn't know what was going on, or at least when this initially started happening, like I had absolutely no clue how to handle this type of stuff because I was like, I'm just having random allergic reactions, like take a Benadryl, take a Claritin, like just do it. Now I can understand like how I accumulate responses and how to stop them. And one of the main things that I did was when I went to go get like my allergies done and I found out that I was allergic to fragrance, I changed all of my products, which drastically cut in half my body's like urgency of having the allergic reaction. I changed all of my soaps. I changed all of my makeup. I changed absolutely everything. And that was critical to stabilizing me in a space when otherwise I would have a full face flare out of nowhere 3 times a day. Now I think that this environment particularly just causes something to happen, but the accumulation of multiple spaces of like fragrance on sheets, fragrance on someone's hands, me not using the right soap, like all of that just builds in your system to a degree that like my body just can't handle it. And the other thing is that like in London, I leave my windows open, so I'm constantly getting fresh air. Here, this is a filtered air system. This is a space where like I am getting not fresh air. And I notice a drastic difference in how I feel. Not to say that like it's purified, it's cleaned, it goes through the filters, it does everything, but I'm not getting that same space of like just breathe. Like just like smell the trees, smell the flowers, like get that into your lungs. And I notice a drastic difference in how my body reacts to it, especially because now I'm on day 3. I will have to take a Claritin today. I had to take 2 Benadryl last night, like over the course of 6 hours, because once the Benadryl started wearing off the first time, the flare kept coming back to a degree that like my lips were swelling, my tongue was really tingly, my throat itched, all of those things that like you don't want to escalate into a full allergic response.